All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. What is good? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know who I is, the good doc, Dr. Mike, back again, once again, with another classic live stream for that ass today. Sincerely hoped everybody is blessed. Sincerely hoped everybody's having a good one. Doc is having a fantastic day. Yes, shout out to my boy MD. I see you first in the building. This is the last show of Septiembre here in the Philippines, and we're gonna have a bomb ass show tonight, guys. All right, official time check 9:05 in the PM Eastern Standard, which makes it about 8:05 Central, which makes it about 6:05 for everybody repping out West Coast, and of course 9:05 in the AM Philippine Standard Time. Wherever you are reporting in the world today, thank you very much. Maraming salamat sa lahat. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Good Doc Dr. Mike TV. And I hope that you guys definitely enjoy the show. Now, let me get my chat open so that I don't miss anything. I got to make sure that we got the watches up. Okay, we got 6 watching and no likes. Really? Really? Come on, man. Y'all got to come in the building and get these likes up because that's about to get hard. I'm about to give you some true shit that I want you guys to definitely prepare yourselves for. So I'm going to need everybody to pay close attention to this one. Because if there's anything that the good dog wants to share with you, it's this one. I wanted to save this story for the BOOTYLOO Chronicles Part 2, but I kind of felt that it was necessary to share it with you guys today. So let's go ahead and get it in and go ahead and rip this one off like a band-aid. The one problem most foreigners don't prepare for when traveling to the Philippines, all right? Let's go and get it now. So when we travel, guys, you already know the rules. Every time foreigners travel, what do? We make sure we got our passport. We make sure we got our tickets to travel. We make sure that we prepare our BOOTYLOO budgets. We make sure we have enough money for tricking on all of these females in the Philippines, right? But let's focus on the females in the Philippines because they are one of the main reasons that most foreigners get in trouble in the first place. I've said that before. I'm going to say it one more time. Females are 99.9% of the time why most foreigners get into trouble in the Philippines. And this is no different, all right? The one thing that I think that your average foreigner overlooks, or the main issue that I believe most foreigners overlook, is the possibility of dealing with Filipinas with crazy exes. Let me say that one more time. The main problem that I think most foreigners overlook is possibly getting into a situation with a young lady who has a crazy ex. Now, I say crazy exes because I have dealt with a Filipina who had a crazy ex-boyfriend, and I've also dealt with one who was curious and she had a crazy ex-girlfriend. Now, we'll get into those stories in just a minute, but let me share a little something with you guys real quick. It is not as if I was scared when these particular situations happen, but it did make me overly cautious, and it definitely made me uncomfortable. Again, I wasn't scared. I was just a little bit cautious and a lot uncomfortable, okay? And this was because this country is more theirs than it is mine. And Doc doesn't go around seeking trouble. You understand? I'm not here to get into any trouble, here to start any shit. Just here to have some fun. But sometimes that fun comes in the form of dealing with Filipinas who have crazy exes, all right? Whether it be an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend. Now, I want to share with you guys what I've noticed about, certain situations. And the first situation is what I've noticed about the girl who I was dealing with who had a crazy ex-boyfriend. Shockingly enough, it was a guy who came from money. The guy that her ex was a guy that actually came from having money, came from a family. I think mommy and daddy owned like a chain of local restaurants in the city. So, he had him a car, all that stuff. He was well taken care of. And I was like, that's cool. She told me about him. I mean, she told me he was crazy. But, what do I say, man? I'm like, in one ear and out the other, because crazy to a Filipina and crazy to me are two different types of crazies. Filipinas will call you crazy if you text them something dirty or, something that's, seemingly inappropriate. But for me, that's just a liberated, talk. Like, damn, girl, I think he got a nice ass or some shit. She might say, oh, he's crazy or some shit. So I didn't really take it seriously. You feel me? So, I really didn't know how crazy it was until, some situations started to unfold. So like I said, mommy and daddy owned some restaurants and stuff. So he came from money. I actually had a car too at the time, but I never knew why the girl left him, nor did I care until we were hanging out and he was blowing up her phone. I mean, he was calling all the time, sending text messages all the time to her. And then one time she let me read one of the text messages and I saw him begging to get with her and all this shit. You know, it made me laugh. I mean, because, you know, it's a weak mindset when you got to beg a chick to come back, right? But in the next text, you know, he was cussing her out. You feel me? So you can kind of see the bipolarism in that particular situation. And the first two text messages, you're like, baby, I wish you give me another chance, blah, blah, blah. Then in the next text messages, I'll fuck you, bitch. I can't stand you, right? So it was kind of like that type of situation. You know, she said that she tried to change her number before, but he always got it from like one of her friends. And she never knew which one of her friends was giving this guy her new phone number. Shit. Some friends they are, if you ask me. But moving forward, you know, of course I was bothered by it, you know, because I was already I was bothered by it because I was already getting it. And I kind of felt like that set him off a little bit. You understand? You know how when situations go down, you know, the girl moves on from a situation, the ex guy can't get over it. One of those types of situations. You guys know about it. You've seen it. And you've probably been in one yourself. Maybe you're on the receiving end. Maybe you're on the other end. Who knows? But again, like I said, I was getting it. And I think that kind of put a nasty taste in his mouth, I guess. And one day, while I was with her, he texted her something like, "Oh, you're with that black guy again, huh?" Like that was the text message that he sent to her because she showed me. She's like, "Oh, you're with that black guy again, aren't you?" Or some shit like that. You know, he was trying to argue with her through text message and shit because she wasn't answering her phone and whatnot. And she showed me the text. And what happened was he said, "Oh, I know you're with this guy because I saw you guys together." And, you know, he even said what my plate number was on my car at the time. Right? This motherfucker knew my plate number. Okay? Let me say that one more time. Dude was all over my shit and knew my plate number. Okay? That's neither here nor there. Again, I wasn't concerned, but I was overly cautious. You know, I didn't have fear that he would do anything to me personally, but I did feel uncomfortable about him getting someone else to try to do something to me. Again, he didn't seem like the type to come get these hands. But who am I to know if he don't have a crazy ass cousin who could shoot some people, or, you know, some crazy ass cousins in the gang or some shit? That's just some shit we never know. All right. So that was why I was a little bit cautious and a lot more uncomfortable. You understand? About the entire situation. And I kind of feel like any foreigner who thinks that they can't be touched in the Philippines, that type of thinking will put you in a bad spot very, very quickly. I've heard plenty of guys before talk about, "Oh, man, ain't nobody gonna fuck with me. Ain't nobody gonna touch me. They don't want that smoke." You know, you have those type of ballsy ass foreigners. I know who y'all are because I've heard y'all say it before. Don't play like you brand new. Heard a lot of guys say that shit before. But what I've noticed is, yeah, you one man, but can one man take on 20 Filipinos? Because they travel in packs, my friend. Let's not get it twisted. So again, that's what really puts us in a bad spot when you have that particular mentality. Now, that was the story in a nutshell with the young lady that I was dealing with. You know, push came to shove. I mean, we ended up separating anyways. I mean, it really wasn't anything long-term at that particular moment at all. So we ended up going about our business and we ended up separating. Okay. Now, when I was dealing with the young lady who had a Filipino ex-girlfriend, I realized at that moment just how clingy Filipina lesbians can be. This was the first time that I've ever noticed this. Filipina lesbians are super fucking clingy. Like, they are needy and they're super clingy. I mean, she called and she texted and she begged, you know, no different than the guy did, but it just seemed like she was going a little bit extra hard, you know, when she was trying to get her back and whatnot. You know, I noticed that the Filipina tomboys, most of them in the Philippines, you know, they have to work extremely hard to try to turn these females out. I've noticed that most of the time they got to really, really struggle to turn out a female, especially if that female is all about dudes. Now, all of a sudden, you're going to try to convince her that she wants to be with girls now. That shit could be difficult. No cap. So I noticed in that particular instance just how hard it is, or how hard they had to work in order to get females. You understand? And I've seen this. Like, they go the extra mile. They go the mile that I will never go. You know, they spend more money, they spend more time with these girls, and they never, and I mean never let them go anywhere by themselves. True story. Let me tell you a quick story real quick. Story inside of a story. I had a student who was seeing a girl, right? She was like, I don't think she was a lesbian, but she had a girlfriend, right? A Filipino student of mine. She had a girlfriend. All right. And the girl waited outside the class for an hour and a half until I was done teaching. She stayed outside. Like, from the minute we got into that class, she walked to the class, sat outside the class until this till I was done teaching in order to walk the girl home or to go with her wherever she was going. Telling you, man, these Philippine lesbians, boy, they go crazy and they go hard. And I ain't lying, man. They dedicated to the game, no doubt. Like I said, I admired their dedication, but it seemed extremely needy and overdone for my taste. But I understood it. Like I said, they have to work hard to turn these chicks out, and they are not about to let some dude with a dick turn her back, all right? Just keeping it real. They are not about to let you dudes turn them back after all the work they had to do to get them, all right? So in my story with the girl who had the lesbian girlfriend or whatnot, fast forward, the girl ends up getting another girl, the girl that was stalking the girl I was with. She ends up finding another girl to be with or whatever. And, she started pressing old girl that was with me. I mean, we ended up separating again. And that was just the way that it is. But, I feel like we all have problems that we cannot overlook in life, especially when we're living in the Philippines long term. And this was just one that I wanted to share with you guys. Okay. Didn't want to keep you guys on very long. But again, I definitely wanted to share this particular story because I feel like foreigners, in the general sense, we kind of overlook the fact of having to deal with Filipinas who have crazy exes. By that, I mean ex-girlfriends and also ex-boyfriends. And who knows to what extent you could become collateral damage as a result of that jealousy or that result of that envy or the result of, you being in the crossfire because you just so happen to be with the girl that they're trying to get back. That's just something that I think most foreigners overlook, and that's just one problem in the Philippines amongst many that I think you guys definitely need to take into consideration and look out for. I can't be the only one. Cannot be the only one. All right. But again, I eventually fell out with both of those girls, so it really didn't bother me too much in the long run. But again, it can happen to the best of us. We're preparing to get on this vacation, man. We got our passport and ticket ready. Like I said, man, we about to make it rain in the Philippines. And next thing you know, you find yourself caught up with a girl who happens to be caught up with somebody else. And sometimes they're still in a relationship with these people. You understand? So there may be some overlap. A lot of guys overlook that too. A lot of guys overlook the overlap. And the reason they overlook it is because as long as they're getting theirs, they don't care. But what you fail to realize is there's a lot more at stake than just letting that shit go. Okay, we all know that some Filipinos to an extent have the ability to have overlap, no different than us foreigners in the Philippines, but we all have some overlaps every now and again. And what I'm understanding to be true and factual through my own personal experiences is this. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with trying to level up. And your average foreigner your average Filipina may not have an issue with trying to level up if they see that you're the one that's offering more to the table. I'm not saying that all Filipinos are like that. Okay, ladies, let's not get our panties in a bunch. Let's slow our roll real quick. I'm not saying that all of you are like this, but what I've noticed is that you cannot overlook the fact that some girls want to level up. Some Filipinas want to level up, and that may cause some overlap. Yeah, maybe they may be in a situation with somebody right now. They see somebody who could do something better for them. Yeah, they ain't going to break up with said person. They just might see what they could get out of you in the process. You understand? So I'm just saying, these are the problems that foreigners seem to overlook. And I don't want you to overlook it. That's why I'm throwing that shit right here in your face right now so that you can't overlook this particular problem that may come out eventually as you spend your time in the Philippines. All right. So that's my spiel for the moment. I appreciate y'all coming through. I see we got about 16 watching. I appreciate all 16 of y'all coming through, showing love to the good doc. Y'all make sure y'all caress, molest, and de-stress yourself all over that like button. It wants it. It needs it. Most definitely has to have it. Don't overlook the good doc tonight, man. We're going to get it in, and we definitely going to have this fun. All right. So again, if you guys want to support the channel, please feel free to do so. But of course, the good doc is happy that you come through. Spend just a little bit of time with him today. Then let's go ahead and get to the chat. Like I said, shout out to my boy MD. Much love to your family. Andy Orlano, appreciate y'all coming through. El Ghost, nothing but love and peace to you too, my brother. Reggie Dollars in the building. What's good with your family? Nola boy, I see you, family. The doc is dropping some serious jewels tonight. Some people may overlook it. Some people may not care, but y'all know y'all feel me on this one. Last thing you want to do is become collateral damage because you choose to deal with a Filipina that is dealing with a crazy ex-motherfucker. Because I've seen it happen. I've seen a lot of guys become collateral damage because they're dealing with Filipinas with crazy exes. And this is just a problem that foreigners overlook because they feel as if they are not at risk. They'd be like, well, damn, man, that's that girl's problem. It's not my problem, right? Yeah, no, motherfucker. If you hitting that, you become collateral damage. And yes, it does become a major, major, major problem to you as well. Shout out to my boy Eddie Jackson. I see you, family. Appreciate you coming through and showing love. My man Andy says, bro, tell me why I've had that same issue. Oh, I don't know how he keeps getting my number. Fuck out of here with that shit. Telling you, man. Somebody always giving out that number. I don't know how he keeps calling me or why. Yeah. No, motherfucker, I think you know a little bit more than what you're saying, but I'm just going to be honest with you and let you know exactly what I'm feeling. And I'm just telling you, as a foreigner who's lived in the Philippines for a long time, I've seen it happen to the best of us. You understand? And again, I don't want you to become collateral damage. I want you to be extra cautious and extremely careful. I'm not asking you to be scared for your life. No. I'm not asking you to be scared. I just want you to be cautious and concerned and definitely, prepare your moves a little bit better. Like I said, if you're in a situation with a chick with a crazy ex, like I said, whether it be an ex-girlfriend or boyfriend, you're just gonna have to understand that this situation is happening, and you got to figure out how you can make it work for you. Like I said, if you can get it in, and you can feel like you don't stand a chance of becoming collateral damage, you do you, man. I'm not gonna tell you not to get your nut, but what I'm gonna tell you is if you're gonna get that butt, you better make sure you know what's up, because there ain't gonna be too many people happy that you're getting it when they're not getting it. Let me say that one more time, because I like to repeat myself. I'm very repetitive. I'm telling you, there's gonna be some happy. There's going to be some people that are not happy at the fact that you are getting it when they are not. All right, my boy Eddie Jackson, what's good with you, man? He said, real talk, Doc. He said, troubled Filipinos need to be charged to the game. Just ain't worth the risk. A lot of guys don't care. You want to know why they don't care? Simply like the doc says, if they getting a nut, they don't give a fuck. I'm just going to be honest. That's how you people feel. I've seen it happen. Y'all just like, I'm here for fun anyways, man. It ain't going to mean shit. It means a whole lot more than you think. And I want to say this too. You guys should know this, but I want to say this out loud so that nobody could ever say that Doc did not say this was true. I've noticed a lot about Filipino men. Noticed a lot of things about Filipino guys, okay? I ain't got nothing against Filipino dudes. Like I said, we all men at the end of the day. Like I said, we come from different cultural backgrounds and understandings, but there are a lot of things that I like about them that I can pick up as far as their culture is concerned. A lot of things I could give two shits and a damn about them. But one thing that I've noticed about Filipino men is they're very, very jealous. You say Filipinas are jealous. The men, oh, Jesus Christ, man. When they're in it, I mean, these motherfuckers are suicidal type crazy. Like, they be crying over girls and shit. I've seen it happen. Dude, there's stories online, and you can find these shits. And I've seen it happen myself about students who are in love with these girls that they're with, and they get turned down or rejected or dumped. And these motherfuckers go out there and kill themselves. They will jump out of fucking hotel rooms and kill themselves. They're very, very emotional when it comes to their relationships. They're very, very, very emotional in their relationships. So when a Filipina tells me that she got a crazy ex-boyfriend, I'm on high alert, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm telling you that for a reason, because if they ain't gonna take themselves out, they may try to take out the opposition. And you the ops, bruh. In this particular situation, you are the ops. All right. So make sure you take that food for thought. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying that it will happen, but if it ever does, I'm telling you, my friends, just proceed with caution. All I could ever tell you, okay? My man Nola Boy says the ones with the money is the ones that is off the meat rack, dog. They can't get right in the head. The 1% all screwed up like DJ Screw. Yeah, man. Those are the ones that can't take rejection. Number one, they're used to their money getting them whatever they want. So, like I said, I'm not going to sit there and say that he had a lot of money, but like I said, mommy and daddy owned a chain of local restaurant chain in Davao at the time. And, he had it like that. I mean, he had girls coming after him. It just so happens that the one girl that he really wanted seemed to be hooking up with this black dude, and he could not take it. It was just too much for a man to bear. And I'm not saying that it was just me. It was just the fact that she just wasn't seemingly interested, or at least she tried to play it off like she wasn't interested when she was with me. So again, Same rules apply, ladies and gentlemen. It does not matter. This shit here is a game that I'm not willing to play. It's a game that I don't encourage you to play. I don't care how big and bad or bold you believe that you are. I respect your gangster, and I respect who you are as a man, and I respect what you're going to do to protect yours. But again, if you don't have to put yourself in that situation, why would you want to? That's my food for thought, people. That's all I could give you. That's pretty much all I could give you. But y'all gonna have to make it happen for yourselves. All right. Shout out to my boy Robert Morris, Vegas in the building. Shout out to Vegas. Shout out to the homie. I used to live over there on East Charleston Boulevard. Shout out to East Charleston Boulevard over there in Vegas. I know y'all know about that. Maybe you don't. I used to love going to Circus. My dad used to work at Circus, so that was an interesting adventure. He took me to the job one time. Good times. My man Andy says the mile that I would never go. Andy, I'm telling you, bro, these lesbian Filipinas, man, they go hard, bro. They go extra hard. I mean, I'm like, damn. I'm laughing because it's true, because I've seen it with my own eyes. And don't let it be a rich lesbian Filipino or a tomboy. God dang, bro. They be all over these hoes. I mean, they just clingy. They meet you at your job. They drop you off. They pick you up. Everywhere you need to go, they take you. Now, again, from a Filipina who's in the relationship with the tomboy chick, I can understand it. I mean, shit, if somebody gonna do all this shit for me and kind of wait on me hand and foot, hell yeah, I'm gonna milk that shit. But, you know, at the end of the day, it becomes a needy thing. And I kind of feel, honestly, that most girls who don't go that way, that's just an experimental stage, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't nothing to be concerned with. Sometimes they just want to see what it's like to be with a girl. Ain't nothing wrong with it. They'll come back to reality whenever the time is right, or whenever the right man presents the magic stick, like the old 50 Cent song. I think they will bring themselves back to reality. But again, like I said, it happens to be the way that it's gonna be. All right. Nola says, watch the ones who are the ex but claim to be the friend. Yeah, I've never been friends with any of my exes. Okay, keep it real with y'all. I'm not a fan of that shit. I am not friendly with any of my ex-girlfriends. I don't believe that is that's not good. Okay, not good at all. I think that how can I introduce a girl like, yeah, this is my friend, she's a girl. How can I introduce an ex-girlfriend to my girlfriend and call her my friend? My girl knows for a fact I don't have like 0 girls that are friends. I have very few. So if I try that shit, she knows something suspect. So I don't even try that shit. You know? And again, like I said, if they claim to be a friend, but they really the ex, you better get to the root of that real quick, because they just trying to find a reason to be around and be nosy. Any girl who has a guy friend, I don't know about that. That kind of iffy to me. Just a little bit. Maybe it's just me, but any girl who has a guy friend or a guy close friend that ain't even remotely showing signs of being gay, me and my spidey senses are going to start tingling real quick on that one. But for sure. Shout out to the homie Malcolm. What's good? He says, I missed the Steelers game due to getting this paper. Hey man, like I said, you can always catch the replay. Shout out to the homie Daniel Tanner. I appreciate you showing love, man. Doc's in the building. Rain, man, I see you in the building. What's good? My man Robert. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Robert says, yeah, I know about EC. I work at the Win. Don't talk about Circus. Circus is my shit right there. Shout out to my boy Dennis Williams. What's good? The good Doc is in the building, having some fun tonight. Eddie Jackson. Oh, yes, it does sound it sounds twice as nice when you repeat it twice, right? Like I said, I think I got a stuttering problem or some shit. I don't know what you call it. I'm repetitious by nature. Again, it does sound better when you say things twice, because it means that is the point that I'm trying to reiterate. And I'm only doing that to piss people off. There's somebody who said, you think that because you say words twice that it means something? It's just really annoying. I said, well, bitch, I'm going to keep saying it anyways. Just because I know it annoys you. I'm going to keep doing it. Shout out to my boy Reggie Coleman. What's good, Doc, in the building? Yeah, just having some fun, man. I'm trying to explain to these foreigners about the one problem most foreigners seem to overlook, and that's the fact of dealing with Filipinas with crazy exes. And I'm not just talking about ex-boyfriends. We're talking about ex-girlfriends as well. Again, them lesbians is something else, man. And you kind of, and the funny thing is when you think, oh man, she got a crazy ex-lesbian girl. Shit, man. Let's try to make something happen, you know. Let's try to see if I could get 2 girls at one time. Cause some of you guys think like that. But I'm gonna let you in on a little bit of a reality check. Most of them tomboys don't look good, you know. Most of them tomboys, short haircuts, overweight. Yeah, no, it's not the type of girl that you would actually go out on a limb and try to smash. So no, you're probably just gonna want to forget that thought altogether. Again, most of them ain't pretty. Like I said, Doc is an equal opportunist, no doubt in my mind. But sometimes you got to know when to say no. You understand? You got to know when to say, nah, I wouldn't even try that shit. And that's kind of what it is when you're looking at the ex girlfriend, when you're trying to try to make something happen that really ain't supposed to happen. Yeah, you might want to just overlook that. I promise you, it's not always going to turn out the way that you hope that it would be. Everybody has this dream and fantasy of threesomes and all that shit. But sometimes when the reality sets in of who you got to choose as your options for you and two other girls, and the other girl look more manly than you, oh dear God Jesus. I'm telling you, bro, when the other woman, when the top boy look more manly than you do, something wrong, bro. That shit is a fantasy out the window. I'm telling you, trust me, I've had them thoughts too. I've had them thoughts. Doc is not the only one. I've had them thoughts. Like, shit, man, she got a crazy ex-girlfriend, huh? Let me see what she look like. You see her and be like, good God Almighty, that is like the Loch Ness monster and Flubber all together. This shit scared the hell out of your life. Just being honest, bro. And no matter how hard you try to fix her up to try to make her look pretty, tell her put on some makeup, some nails, or some lipstick or some shit. It ain't helping, my dude. It won't help. It just won't help. Andy says facts. He said most aren't the best looking at all, man. See, I'm trying to give you guys a reality check. When you dealing with lesbian Filipinas and you think that you're gonna get this threesome thing popping, you'll probably be the one to cancel it before it even gets that far. I'm telling you. You know what she'll do? She'll probably throw that strap on and try to fuck you. No, never mind. Let me stop. Let me not say that, because that right there is gonna get my live stream turned off. But let's just say she would probably put you in a situation where you the girl and she the man. Okay, that's just the best way for me to put it. I'm just keeping it real, man. You gotta realize that lifestyle is something else. I know girls who live that lifestyle. I think it's funny as hell. I'm intrigued by it because I'm like, I just like, what do y'all do? Like, how do y'all get off? And then you tell me that you get off using like strap-ons and shit, and I'd be like, yo, if you have to use strap-ons, why don't you just get the real thing instead of having to use some fake shit? But then again, I don't know. What do I know, right? Doc doesn't know anything. I can sit there and question it all day long and have all of these intriguing conversations and stimulating conversations with people, but it'll never go anywhere. I'll just put it to you like that. Shout out to my boy E Styles. What's good with your family? He says if she's a lipstick lesbian, she can get it too. She ain't. most of these top boys are not the lipstick lesbians, bro. And again, I think lesbian is a very safe term. It's part of the alphabet community, and that's really what they're referred to as. So I don't think that it's a wrong thing to call a person what they is. And it's all good, man. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm just speaking the facts, man. And these Filipino tomboy ladies, chicks, what they want to be called, they not equipped, man. They something else. And they scare the hell out of me. That type of bitch give you nightmares. I mean, don't get me wrong. I told you, Doc's an equal opportunist. And I promise you, I've been in situations where I was like, man, Mike, find something to like about this girl. I'll tell you the truth. I've been in situations where I've had to convince myself to find something to like about a chick. And you know what? It just wasn't happening. I was like, damn, man. Like, I can't see her feet, so I can't say she got cute feet. Like, she got nice eyes, not really. The haircut is just short and butchy. And most girls, now, honestly, some girls can pull off a short haircut. I've been turned on by girls who have short haircuts before. You know, most people like that long flowing hair. I like a girl that could pull off that little short shit like Rihanna could. But, you know, that's few and far between. That is not happening on a regular basis. So, you know, most times it's a no-go, people. Most times it's a no-go. Oh man, we got 27 watching. I appreciate all 27 of y'all coming through and showing love to the good doc. Y'all make sure y'all caress, molest, and de-stress that like button. You know it wants it, it needs it, most definitely has to have it. I'm sitting here looking at 26 and 18 likes. Come on, man. Y'all want me to beg tonight, don't you? Anyway, I appreciate y'all coming through and showing love to the good doc. You know, make sure you take care of the likes. If you guys want to support the channel, please feel free to do so. Doc is going overtime with this one. I didn't give you guys a live stream Saturday or Sunday. Damn, I missed y'all for 2 days. So I gotta put in some extra. I put in some OT today, so we'll be okay. My man Reggie says, well, you know, females like a lot of attention and validation, so they had those beta orbiters hanging around. But myself, I don't play that. Yeah, I don't either. Shout out to the homie Rain Man. He says she also got a bigger strap on than the real thing. Yeah. Yeah, shit hang down to her kneecaps. Yeah, bruh. That shit, I'm telling you, it is not what you want, what you really, really want. I'm just being honest. I don't think you want that smoke, bruh. I don't think you want that smoke. Shout out to my homeboy KOC. I'll just call you KOC for short. He says, you seem to know a lot about this personal experience. It's okay, Doc. I won't judge. No. I don't know anything about what you're talking about, my friend. I just lived in the Philippines for a long ass time, and I've seen things that I wish that I could unsee. I just can't. Sometimes there are things that I wish that I could unsee, but I cannot. Y'all think the BOOTYLOO Chronicles is a joke? Y'all done lost your mind. That is reality coming off of the page. Every fucking chapter is something new. And that was only the surface area. I couldn't get into the shit that'll give you nightmares for life, bruh. I can't get into the things that will give you nightmares for life. I can't do that because there are a lot of things that I can't share with y'all. Unless you want to get into the nitty gritty, we just gonna have to keep it at surface level. Because most of the shit that I want to tell you, I can't. I'll just keep it to myself unless somebody else finds themselves in that situation. Then I can share my own personal experiences. My man, Mr. 504, he says, Doc, it's other fish in the sea. The PI is full of them. No need for C block is so much of the cat's meow out there, and it's not worth it. Again, I don't really play the game, but at the end of the day, at the time dealing with these girls who had extra exes or whatnot, you never know about the exes until you actually hanging out with them. It's not like that shit comes up in regular conversation. You never really know about it until it's too late. To be honest, for the most part, it's too late. You know, you've already been in there, you already done that. Then all of a sudden, you start to hear about the text messages and the issues and the problems, and then you start to see people showing up in places where they don't belong. You'd be like, I know I seen that motherfucker before, but who that? You know, shit happens, man. But we good. El Ghost, I pray to God that I do not. Again, y'all think I'm playing. Y'all better stay away from them lesbians. They want to be the man. Okay. Y'all think I'm joking. They want to be the man. And I'm telling you the truth. It's just not okay. You be like, it's not how this game works. Robert, you're 100% correct. Them bolts, they do last forever, my friend. And because of that, them motherfuckers will outdo us in a heartbeat. But I guess if it had to come down to that or the real thing, if that really gets them off, I guess it's no different than guys who buy inflatable blow-up dolls of those 4,000, 5,000, 60,000 real-life looking dolls that you see on TV. I guess it's no different. So, I mean, they get what they need to get them right, and I guess gentlemen do as well. So with that being said, it kind of makes me feel like eventually there's going to be little use for women down the line. And that's a scary thought. All of these big town dudes and shit. Everybody going red pill. Nobody wanting to get married. You mean to tell me I could get a realistic doll and I ain't got to worry about her nagging or bitching or moaning or none of that shit? And she sit there in the corner and look sexy all the time. She always in the mood. She don't never get a period the whole nine. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Shout out to my boy Ryan Davis. He said that shit and that shit had me rolling. But yeah, man, it's that's just the truth, man. This shit got you feeling a certain kind of way, man. That's all I'm saying. And maybe this live stream will be taken down. I'm not sure how explicit I'm getting, but I'm just being honest, people. Whether you love me or hate me, one thing you know, you're gonna get the honest me. All right. So again, 23 watching, 18. Dude, the likes never change. Y'all is tripping. Might end this shit. But anyways. Yeah, I do like Halle Berry as well, Rain Man. You right. Nia Peoples. I gotta Google her. Don't know too much about it, Eddie. Robert Morris said them dolls won't complain when you come up a little short on time. Exactly. They won't complain if you stay out all night with your homeboys. Again, y'all think I'm playing. Them dolls is gonna take over. I'm telling you. And I'm quote me on this shit. Y'all think I'm playing. Quote me on this shit. There's gonna be little to no use for females in the future. If all we need a woman to do is need women to do is hook up with, there's gonna be very little use for women in the future once these dolls become robotic and they can clean. Boy. I'm playing, but I'm being for real, bro. I'm being real. Nah, they will not complain. My man Reggie says, I don't deal with no females trying to act like a man because they want to take your girl from you. I don't play that. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't play that shit either, but you have them that be out there putting in that work. That's what I'm telling you, man. Everybody who has this whole ideal or fantasy about threesomes and all that shit, you better make sure they both the female part of the relationship and not one of them trying to be the man. So I'm gonna tell you. Shout out to my brother Frederick Mason from the great state of North Kakalaki. Appreciate y'all coming through and showing love to the good doc. I see we got 25 watching. Good enough number for me, whether you stay here long enough or not. Just get your likes in on the way in or on the way out, and I'll highly appreciate that. Again, we're talking about the one problem most foreigners don't prepare for when traveling to the Philippines. In all honesty, I think one of the main problems is dealing with the exes of your Filipino. That's all I'm gonna tell you about that. All right, man, Robert, you do your thing, man. I think I'm almost done with this one, so there shouldn't be too much left after this. Damn it, there shouldn't be too much more left after this particular part. I'm not gonna stay on very long. I just wanted to give you guys this quick notion or this quick thought process, some food for thought, man. That's all this is here for. This is the Food for Thought Live, something to make you think about in the long term. Make sure you take care of yourself. So you want me to keep it going? He said keep the class going. He said, Doc, this bedroom bullying discussion, bro. I'm telling you, I talk a lot of shit, but I'm just being honest, man. There's more things in life that I could tell you. I just can't share with you everything. Some people think I'm not about that action. So I just continue to let them believe so. But I've learned over time that certain women ain't nothing to fuck with. And to be honest, you just have to be careful. I mean, there are other problems. Trust me, there are a multitude of different things and issues that you can deal with as it relates to problems, before preparing to travel to the Philippines. But I think this one here is one that is probable for the most part. You guys can come up with different how can I say this? If you guys come up with different problems that are little to never talked about, please feel free to add them here in the chat as well. Definitely interested to hear what you guys have to say about that. All I know is for a fact, dealing with Filipinos who have extra boyfriends or overlapping relationships or whatever you want to call it, definitely a potential issue down the line. I want you gentlemen to be safe. Like I said, it's never enough to make you scared, but definitely enough to make you more cautious and a little bit uncomfortable. You gotta understand, this is a way of life. This is, I want you to be able to enjoy yourself. And I kind of feel like you can't do that if you're dealing with a girlfriend and all of her shit too. Or if you're not even just a girlfriend, but just a girl in general. And like I said, most of the time it never comes out early enough, okay? That's one thing I definitely want to share with you guys. Most of the time, it doesn't come out until it's far, far, far too late. All right, ladies and gentlemen, unless you have anything else you want to discuss or anything else you want to know about this particular topic, I've touched on it probably the best way that I know how. Didn't think that I was going to be on very long. I just wanted to have this quick one with you and let you guys enjoy the rest of your evening wherever you are reporting in the world today. Maraming salamat sa lahat. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being a part of the team. Dr. Mike highly enjoys having these conversations with you. Again, I could be talking to 2 people. I could be talking to 10 people. I could talk to 100 people. You're going to get 100% of the best of me every single time I come on here. No ifs, ands, or asses about that one. That's facts, bitch. Anyway, let me see what my boy's got to say. My boy Eddie says, Doc, he says, so is there any truth to the rumor that Filipinos always have a Filipino boyfriend while dating a foreigner, and she normally gives up her V card to the Filipinos first? Of course. Yes, there is truth to that. There is truth to the Filipino getting the V card first. As a matter of fact, I would think you would want somebody to pop that cherry first, but that's just me. I'd rather have somebody else deal with cleaning that mess up because it's not for me. I'm not gonna see now. Now here's the thing. Using words like always and never and stuff like that. Rike said this before, and I think it's true. You can't really say that they all have Filipino boyfriends, but what you can say is there is a high probability that they might have a side boyfriend. Okay. High probability that they may have a side boyfriend. Not saying that they will, but if they do, you shouldn't be surprised by it. That's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to be surprised. I don't want you to look at this like, oh shit, bitch, I'm heartbroken. I'm hurt. I thought it was just me and me only. When you look, like I said, if you get into a relationship, only when that relationship starts to get serious will you start to, or at least make the claim for, look, is it me and you or me, you and somebody else? I think you'll be able to open up that particular topic of conversation, because I've never known a Filipino to lie to me. Like I said, I'm not going to say they don't lie, but I've never known them to lie to me. If I come out and ask them, like, look, are you seeing anybody else? Is it just you and me, or is it you, me, and somebody else? Like, that would be something good to know. So at least I know where we stand, as we stand. And once you make sure that's known, I mean, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. But I think that the foreigner should get the V card first. I mean, the Filipino should get the V card first. It just makes life easier. That's just me, though. Again, somebody else will be like, nah, man, I want my girl to be a virgin when we together, man. I want it to be mine and mine only, man. I don't really give a fuck. I'm just being honest. It doesn't bother me. It's nothing that I care for. It's nothing that I need. Like I said, I could live without it. Matter of fact, I would rather me not be number one. And the reason that is because I can't guarantee you that I'm going to be with you forever. So imagine me taking that and then not being able to sincerely be with her long term, or I don't see us going anywhere further than, where we stand. Now I have to deal with the problem of being the first and the clinginess and the neediness and all of that stuff that could potentially come with it. I don't want it. I don't want that headache. I got too much shit to deal with on a regular basis. Why in the world do I want to be? Why do I want to be responsible for holding some chick's V card or taking it or some shit like that? It's never really worth it, if you ask me. From a foreigner perspective, and that's because most of you guys aren't looking to settle down. Like I said, if you're not looking for anything serious, this is not what you want. Because you think regular Filipinos have the potential to be needy? Imagine if you take that card. Jesus Christ, you'll never have a day to your life by yourself ever again. She'll be underneath you. Like, shit, trust me. It's bad news. It's bad juju, people. My boy Edward, what's going on with you, man? He says, I hate to say this, but you have to learn the hard way like me. Then you will know. Well, some people do have to learn the hard way. And unfortunately, it sucks. But I can tell you stories, and I'm pretty sure you have plenty to share yourself, my brother. But sometimes they're going to have to do it on their own, no matter how hard they prepare for it. It's truth. That's all it is. And my man says, not preparing for the worst when dating and rejection. If you don't prepare for that, if you don't prepare for the rejection part of it, I don't know what to say. If you think you just magically going to get all the girls, good luck, bro. Shout out to my boy Deadly Miss, man. Long time no see, my G. Lizzie, how you doing, baby? I see you. I appreciate you coming through. I hope the U.S. is treating you well right now. My boy Malcolm says that's a stereotype, just like saying we all cheat. He said, well, sorry to burst your butthurt feelings. Yeah, I mean, to say that all of them have Filipino boyfriends on the side, like I said, always, it basically is a tendency to generalize, and it might hurt you more than help you. It's the best way for me to put it. All right, guys. Like I said, I ain't being on here very long. I'm going to go ahead and shout you people out, and I'm going to go and get about my business. Eddie says, right, he says, there's no absolute, should it have used the word or just meant for the most part. No, you good, fam. I agree with you. I mean, like I said, it's just a hit and miss situation. I mean, you never know. You truly never know. Like I said, you could be with somebody for a long time. You never know if she's got somebody else. I mean, no different than she may never know if you have somebody else. So I guess it goes both ways, people. Best way for me to say it. Shout out to the homie Essential Classics. What's good? He says, I'm always prepared for rejection, so I don't go in with any expectations. Me neither. Like I said, I've been rejected enough times to know how it feels and when to get on and keep keeping on, for sure. All right, gentlemen, let me go ahead and shout y'all out real quick. Shout out to my boy Essential Classics. Much love to you, family. Eddie Jackson, my boy Malcolm, Lizzie, how you doing? Deadly Miss, I see you in the building. My boy Malcolm, I see you, family. My boy Edward Crandell, much love to you. Eddie Jackson, shout out to my people. Nola, Mr. 504 himself, Robert Morris, Frederick Mason from the great state. My boy Reggie Coleman, Robert Morris, my boy Rayman, I see you. KOC, I'm gonna just shorten you up real quick. My boy Andy Orlano, appreciate you coming through. E Styles, I see you. Thank you guys for being here. My boy Dennis Williams, I see you. Appreciate you coming through. If you want your shout out, leave your name in the chat and I'll get to you. My boy Daniel Tanner, appreciate you being here. Showing love to the good doc for sure. If I missed your name, I think I got a lot of repeats now. My boy Reggie Dollars, I got you. And MD, I know my boy was here first. I don't know if he's with me now because he didn't comment, but yeah. Doc's just here to have some fun, man. Just here to get in these last couple of words. Jim says, I would say most of the girls are not totally honest. Dude, I don't believe any girls are honest. Like I said, I love my girl to death, okay? I do. I love her to death. She's my heart, my soul. She's a part of me, okay? But if I honestly sit there and tell you that I believe everything that she said when we first started dating in reference to if she had a boyfriend or not, anything, I just didn't care. I didn't care about what her life was like before she met me. I gave zero shits because it doesn't mean anything to me. So, like I said, I didn't ask those questions because those questions did not concern me. I didn't care about her past or what she did before we met. At the moment when we was together, when we decided to say, you know what, you want to be my girlfriend? Yeah, I want to be your girlfriend. Okay, at that moment was when, we kind of said, fuck what the past had, and we just going to look forward to what we got right now. So, like I said, are they totally honest? Probably not. I would never say that they are totally honest, but if you give them no reason to lie, I think you're good. Fuck it. Bro, Malcolm, who's fighting on UFC, bro? Shit, I want to find out when Eddie, my boy Edward Crandall, is a good night, bro. Until next time, much love to you. Malcolm says, if I learned anything, is that nothing is guaranteed or permanent, even till death do us part. Exactly. Nothing is never guaranteed. That's why I don't put all of my eggs in one basket. Like I said, that's why I don't, even if I fully commit, full commitment to me is probably 60 to 70, max 80% of me. I know it's fucked up, but the person who cares less, we've talked about it. The person who cares less gets the most out of relationships. Shout out to fellow traveler, man. Much love to you. I would rather watch UFC. Malcolm, who's fighting on UFC, man? No cap, man. I want to find out who's fighting before I get offline. Oh, Holloway and Poirier. Oh, you're watching the replay. Oh, okay. I thought it was something new. But yeah, Holloway and Poirier, they fought. Oh yeah, they fought like a couple months ago. That's good shit, man. I'll probably check it out too because I like that fight. That was a good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's been a good day. I think I said everything I wanted to say. I think I've gotten it all out of my system. Don't think that I missed anything. Again, the one problem most foreigners could potentially face or they fail to prepare for when coming to the Philippines is the potential of dealing with crazy exes, whether that be an ex-boyfriend or an ex-girlfriend. Whew. Gotta love it, man. Crazy life of a foreigner in the Philippines, man. You never know what you're gonna have to deal with next. All right. With that being said, hey, shout out to my boy DE Raptor, man. I'm just glad to see you in the building, man. Good to see you. Glad that I caught you before I turned it off. Hey, man, Mr. 504, Doc's gonna always give you the best of him 100% of the time. I don't slack off. There is no days off for the good doc. When I go when I go hard. I don't, there is no bullshit live streams with me. All right. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. With that being said, good doc is officially out. At least knuckle, which means I'm going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.